Alright, welcome back to another episode of the Joreogan Podcast. Today we've got some interesting stuff going on. Can we get the necromancer in here?
What is me whence from the vale of Sheol, which but had covered my body long held still?
Yo, what?
My bad, bro. Sorry, it's been just a long time. How's it been?
It's been good. I wanted to talk to you today. There's a lot of things about you that I don't think people really know.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because we all know what happened after the whole we want to know what happened before the killing. You know.
Well, yeah, I used to be a Thane, then I was a double Thane, and then I was a king.
Well,
King
okay,
for a little
but
bit.
no, but before all that, even, what was your childhood like? How'd you meet the lady? Something like that.
Yeah, when I was 22, the king was like, "Yo, you're a Thane now." I was like, "Whoa, that's super sick."
Okay, but okay, how, I want the details, stuff that people couldn't just figure out. I don't know. Let's start with what's your favorite food?
Oh, dude, you gotta be so good. King had us for dinner one night. You've had it, right?
No. I've never had that. So wait, how'd you meet Lady Macbeth, huh?
Oh, well, my dad was just like, one day, it's like, "Yo, dude, I got this chick for you." And I was like, "Oh, that's sick. But is she going to be entirely subservient to me, completely devoted?" I heard some stuff about that, from this Tate dude, really inspiring.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Do you have him on here?
No. Well, okay. What about the relationship itself? Now, is everything going steady?
Yeah, dude, she's totally cool. Absolute love of my life. Total partners in everything.
Okay, 'cause I've heard a lot of people sort of looking into the relationship, analyzing the old story, and saying things maybe weren't going so hot.
I don't know. I think we were pretty with each other the whole time. She really had my back when I was, without most of my decisions.
Yeah.
We had a tiny argument that people were blew out way out of proportion. It was I killed some dude, and she was like, "Why'd you do that? It was kind of bad for our reputation." And that was the whole thing.
Is that really the argument? Okay. I feel like you might be misremembering some of that, but
I don't know. Well, it wasn't big. It really wasn't big.
Okay. So what about the whole thing with the McDuff dude? What happened?
Bro, that stuff was such bull. Are you kidding me? Not naturally born of a mother? What? Born of two mothers? Something like that? Ridiculous.
Yeah. It's kind of just silly, there's a lot of loopholes, with a prophecy like that when it's so kind of vague. Because you get hit by the sword and be like, "Oh, the sword killed you, not me."
Yeah. That just feels
kinda
totally
garbage.
that feels totally flawed. I heard later that he had a C-section or something. His mother had a C-section, and so he wasn't naturally born.
See, that's what I mean,
there's so many stupid ways around that.
Yeah, loopholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough because, in the moment, you didn't really notice that, right?
Well, yeah, I didn't even think about it. I was kind of blinded by rage. You know what I mean?
I think I know what you're talking about. It's so there's these jungle people on the other side of the world, the Incas, and they had this thing called battle mode.
Huh?
Where they would focus
Can I get
entirely.
a-
Yeah, sure. On the fight. They wouldn't think of anything else. They would harness the power of a dragon.
A dragon? I killed one of those ones with my bare hands and one tooth.
One tooth.
Yeah, one tooth. It was a big tooth.
Did you drive it like
I
in
don't know.
like?
I killed him, bro. Just like,
Huh.
just like, I wrestled him down to the ground and I took the tooth and I just like stuck it in his neck.
Did you like get it like under his scale, like a weak spot?
It just like went through.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really impressive.
I mean, it was a big tooth.
You got big teeth, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some.
Yeah, I see where you're coming
It was
from.
my tooth. It was a big tooth.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a big tooth.
What about like early childhood, right? Did you have good parents?
Yeah, I actually had like a pretty rough childhood. It was I struggled. I had like 2 loving parents and money, sure, but like I struggled with my personal, like the way I look. Yeah, sure. And I was always super skinny, and no one ever was really like attracted to me. I didn't get any girls. I had never had a girlfriend.
No girls. Damn.
Yeah, it was a real struggle, and it led to some serious anger problems in my later life, as we all know
so I
pretty
think that
well
can-
about.
Yeah, that can kind of
Yeah.
directly correlate to the killing. It's pretty interesting.
I mean, when I killed, I thought I was killing for honor, but I got killed myself for it, I guess. Wasn't really honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some power, but like, I don't know. I think there's probably more to it, isn't there? I think that's something people probably want to know is like, why really did you kill? Like, was it just for the power?
It was more, I'd always had beef with these guys. Like,
Really?
okay, as a kid, Duncan refused to let me ever hang out with Malcolm. Like, he was just the worst. And
Like,
he
like
was
gatekeeping.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was like a bully to like my parents, my dad, and
That's messed up.
and yeah, it was rough. But it wasn't that I wasn't allowed to hang out with Malcolm. I wasn't allowed to hang out with anybody. He considered them all too high to be able to hang out with me. It wasn't until I earned stuff for him in fights and battles that he.
So he was basically just like using you, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was like he was just using me until I got. He didn't like me
Yeah.
until I was useful to him.
Yeah, that's messed up. I think I might kill someone if they were doing that to me, you know?
And then there was Macduff. I was just so I always had long hatred of him. He would always play with Malcolm whenever I couldn't. And but we were like somewhat friends, so like he was one of the few people I had access to, but he would always make fun of me for not being able to, be a part of that friendship.
So like your only friend was like not even. That's tough. Yeah.
He wasn't.
How old were you then? Right? Like sounds like pretty young.
I was around 12.
12.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. The way you were describing this, I thought you were like 6, but I mean that's fine.
But like growing up as a boy, I mean, I feel like whenever you're young as a toddler, you can have no friends and still be fine. But growing up as like a boy into my teen years, I had nobody. I was surrounded by just hate and mistrust from all of my friends. Or friends, really.
Yeah. It sucks like that. Whenever you realize that people you thought were friends are actually just like, but then like, I don't know. It's like a whole thing, right? Because like, they don't want to directly say, just like we don't actually like hanging out. Well, I guess they kind of were with you, weren't they?
Yeah, it was pretty clear that they were just being like rich phobic. They just didn't like the fact that I had the money.
It's tough, yeah.
I was just always like I was always more wealthy than them. Whenever they came over to my place, it was like running through a palace instead of like a house.
Yeah, because like honestly, I struggle with that too. The rich phobia. I think it's something people don't like really think about, because they're just like, oh, it'd be so great to be rich, but like, it's tough, But like, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting to hear like how people's like life experiences shape them in like their decisions later on in life. And I mean, you're making some pretty big decisions, but it sounds like you had some pretty big, things going on as a child too. So like, kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
You know, I'm really glad we had you on. I mean, I learned a lot, and we're friends, but like, I think the audience especially really got out of that, and we got pretty personal, you know.
I hope they don't, take what I say out of context, because that I saw some struggles with that art on this show.
Yeah. Remember the gorilla thing? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's put out of context all the time. It makes
That was a great episode. Ooh,
Thank you.
yeah.
genuinely great episode.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean,
I'm here with the Joreogan Podcast. We really try to deliver the best content.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks when people just take little funny snippets and are like, "Oh, it's so stupid." It's not like we really get into like deep stuff here.
Deep.
Yeah, no, it's really deep. But yeah, so thanks for coming on. I think we're
we're
we're coming up the end of we're coming up the end of the time. But yeah, so thanks for coming on. Anything left to say?
Shakespeare did me dirty.
Shakespeare did you dirty?
Shakespeare did me dirty.